Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a test video on a computer sent to me by Dennis Jones. He's from Tennessee. He connected a dash cam over to his car. Since then, the car is not started. It's not even cranking. So he took the car over to the dealer, and the dealer told him that they needed a new computer. So he sent the computer for testing, and I said, I've never seen this happening like that. I mean, it has to be a blowing fuse, something happened on the vehicle. But let me check the computer. All right, so he sent the computer. As you see, I have it on the bench. For his concern also is no communication. He tried to connect the scanner and has no communication with the computer. So I'm going to now do a test, a short test, and also go over to the wire diagram so he can do some tests in the vehicle. I'm going to have to send the computer back to him, and then he can do some tests, which I'm going to try to guide him as much as possible here to see if we can correct the condition because I can definitely talk to the computer. All right, so again, 2007 Mustang, and we will see this shortly. Um, I got the V number. The last digits are 89839. So let me power this up. First thing we see is 5-volt reference, which is good. Let's do an auto scan, and the computer connects immediately. We'll see that again, 89839. Okay, so again, for Mustang to 2007 is a 4.0, and for what I can see, it's an automatic transmission. All right, so we're going to connect. If it reads the pins, that means the computer is talking. All right, so these are just normal prompts or pop-ups from the scanner. I'm using the top-down Phoenix Max for this. He might need a little um, more than a core reader in order to see more of the values. I'm not sure exactly what kind of scanner he has, but he said he also has a multimeters and test lights and stuff like that he can do some tests on the vehicle, and that's exactly what I'm trying to guide him through so he can get this car back running. I'm also going to show him a bypass test that he can do in case it's a transmission range sensor not sending the signal to the computer and then it's not allowing to start the car. All right, first, let's read data stream. Like that, we can see that indeed the vehicle is actually talking to the scanner. This is a CAN bus communication, so it's very quick. Let me see if I have battery voltage. We do. And we're going to go over to vehicle enable. I'm sorry. That is for the pads. This is very important because if the pads is not enabled in the vehicle, then it will not work. I have his key and I have the my transponder connected. So as you can see, the vehicle is enabled. I'm going to graph this so we can see the changes. I'm going to change the battery voltage. Let me see if let me select the voltage. Okay, perfect. I'm increasing the voltage and now you can see the spike in there. I'm going down and we can see how now the battery voltage is going up and down. So that's completely normal. I'm going to keep it around um, I said 13.5 volts, so that is correct. But we can see I got to start enable or vehicle enable. I'm going to take the key off. Again, this is his key. It will be still enabled until I switch the ignition off. And this is the starter relay activation. So we can see that happening. So let's reconnect. And now we see that it's vehicle enable forbid. So the, the computer itself has everything it needs to talk and to let the car run. So I need from him, I'm going to now again turn the ignition off. When I turn the ignition back on, we're going to see the connection again saying vehicle enable, and it is. All right, so this is as much as in here. We know, we see the computer is talking, the computer is alive, we have 5-volt reference, there is nothing wrong with this. So I'm going to just close some other things that I have in here. Let me get the bypass uh, for the range sensor. That is something that he might need to do. Let me just make sure. This is just for me here. So the things that we need for this computer to work is powers and grounds. All right. So we're going to have all in connector B, which is the center connector. So then it's in your computer, the center connector. This is where all the tests are going to happen. So we need, oh, I need you to check powers and pins 35 and 36. This will be with ignition on. Another thing that I forgot to mention, and this is very important, this signal, the ISP, let me see, ISPR, is a relay that will be power on when you turn the ignition on. And then as soon as I plug this in, this is the PCM relay being activated and sending power to here because this will come from a relay. So if we, with ignition on, go over to the computer and we don't have powers in 35 and 36, then I need you to check the PCM relay, which I think I have also here. Let me look for the information. 1 second, guys, so I don't show his information in here. PCM diagram, starter relay. Maybe it's on the next one. No. DCM 3, 4. Trying to find that. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, I found it. All right, so what we will have is this is in the bus electrical center, which I think is in the engine bay, but again, we will have to look into that when if comes to the point that you have no power onto those pins 35 and 36, which again, if we go here, come on. Yes, we're looking for powers in connector 175B. Again, the center one, pins 35 and 36. If we go there, right here, come on. So this is the way it works. So we will have a constant power in here and then uh, ground through the transmission controls. And then we will have to analyze this in here. But I don't want to go in too deep because I don't want to confuse him with too many. So what I want you to check is these two powers on connector, again, all with ignition on and computer connected, 35 and 36. Keep alive power. We need to have again same connector, pin 45. Those are the three main powers this computer needs to be on and talking. So the next thing that we need to have will be the vehicle enable. So this is where I need you to have good scanner where we can see this. We also need to have grounds. Let me just get those because those grounds are very common across the board in Ford. Let me make sure starter. I don't like the way the PCM power live ignition. This is ignition switch. Ford did on this vehicle because usually Ford is very good and gives you all the powers and grounds to one diagram, so it's less confusing. This is not the case in here. So I'm looking for that ground diagram right here, coils and ground. So same connector, 175B. You're going to look into pins 47, 48, 49, and 50. Those are all the grounds the computer needs. So if we check the powers and we check the grounds and they're all there, then the next thing that I need you to check is a 5-volt reference like the one I have here. So because in here I'm checking the sensor ground and the sensor power and they are 5 volts. Because if one of the sensors shorts out the 5-volt reference, this will also short out the computer and it will not let it talk. So again, when that comes to a point that if that happens, I will contact you or you call me and then I give you the next set of tests that I need you to run like that. Again, I don't want to give you too much information and make it too confusing. Like that, we can try to narrow the problem you have and then solve it. All right, guys, but again, use computer Dennis is talking. Everything is there for this computer to run and to work properly, at least here. So we need to now fix the car and get your car back in the road. All right, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye-bye.